Welcome to a brand new episode of the post game. I'm your host, Davion, and I am back with Omega,
What's up, brother?
Matt,
What's up?
and Oronde.
What's up, brother?
And,
Oh God.
and we are back with a brand new episode of the post game. Today we are talking about, continuing our Let's Talk NFL series. Today we are starting a new division, and the division is the NFC West. That's the Cardinals, that's the Seahawks,
Right.
Rams, 49ers. If you guys didn't know, this series is put out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We talk through every single NFL team. And yeah, we are going to talk about the Cardinals today. So before we even get started, Cardinals fans, leave down below how you think your draft went. Leave down below what you think your team is going to be about this season and how many wins you think they're going to get. I'm excited to see what we have to say about them in the next couple minutes. And so, yeah, so starting off, the Arizona Cardinals, they had two first-round draft picks. One of those picks being Marvin Harrison Jr., who is poetically known as the best receiver to be that come out of the NFL in recent or out of college in recent time. I don't know how I feel about that statement, but we'll have to wait and see what it is. So when you look at the Cardinals, what is y'all's first glance? How do you feel about this team?
Uh, they're going to be trash, but I just saw. I know I'm a Carolina fan. I got to keep it real. I know we're gonna be trapped. They're gonna be right with us, but hope Kyler Murray. They got him. They gave him some money, so hope he can at least stay healthy and play this season. Not see him running around for his life this year, but I'm still mad. Well, I ain't gonna get on that, but Marvin Harrison Jr. I want to see what he about. I want to see if he worth the hype. No, he haven't signed his NFL PA rights over, so he's not on Madden. So and that's about it. But
Yeah, he's not on Madden because of the whole structure deal that they initially went to him his sophomore year of college,
yeah,
and it was just they tried to undersell him by a lot. So no
I ain't,
jerseys, no Madden.
Yeah, I mean Arizona to me, they're still, I don't know, it feels like they're kind of in a rebuild still. Like you said, Davion, they did go and get Marvin Harrison, who probably was like the best prospect besides Caleb Williams in this draft. Um, they got, they just got like a lot of good role players too in the back half with, Darius Robinson, Max Melton, Trey Benson, who I think could be a sneaky good running back this year as a
Florida.
rookie.
Out of Florida State, yep.
hmm
I was just about to mention him.
Um, yeah, I mean, and it's tough because they're in such a hard division. You have the Niners coming off a Super Bowl, you have the Rams coming off a playoff appearance, Seattle, who's, you know, borderline playoff team, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Only 3 wins separated the top from the third place.
right. So it's going to be hard for them to kind of get back up to potentially winning the division. I don't think they will by any means. But I think they can be competitive, especially this year. And if Kyler can stay healthy, I think that's the biggest um, thing for him. So, yeah.
Yeah, so when I see this team, I see a lot of, and you said it, the word Matt, rebuild. That's exactly where they are. I don't think there's any other feeling that of optimism for this team this season. I think they are 2 years out from being relevant, in my opinion. I mean, they went and picked up Zay Jones, who isn't really the greatest receiver in the world, but he was on that Jackson's team last year. I mean, they have Marvin Harrison Jr. like we expected. So these small pieces of youth and rebuild, but they don't have anything to like really hold the team together. I mean, Kyler Murray, I mean, are we calling him a bust yet? Granted, he was out a year and a half because of injury, but they don't really have that bad of like running back core either. I mean, James Conner had a relatively decent season a couple years ago. And like you guys say, Trey Benson as well. And so there's a lot of optimism. I think if I'm a Cardinals fan, 2 years from now, I think we're sitting pretty. I think that the vision is getting harder and harder by the day. And I
hmm
look at it, you have the Rams, who are one of the better teams in the NFL, Seahawks, who want to be really, really, really good, and then you have the not the Rams, 49ers, who are one of the best teams in the NFL. The Rams, who are a team who are always going to be relevant and good because of their coaching. What's his name?
McVay.
Sean McVay is one of the better coaches in the NFL, and I think no one expected them to do what they did last season. No one, I honestly thought it was going to be a down season for the Rams, but it was a bounce back year for them. So I think the Cardinals are at a point where right now where that division is going to keep them down, and it's going to be hard for them to really branch out. We're about to talk about their schedule, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a down year. They'll probably be the worst team in this division. And
Is it a down year if they only had 4 wins last year?
I think they well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about their schedule. Who do they have this year?
Here,
Then we'll see if they can get more
it's
than
not fun.
it is pretty tough.
It
Very
is
tough.
not fun.
Oronde, do you want to tell it or me?
I'll go ahead. Week
Okay.
1, the Buffalo Bills.
So they'll lose that.
Week 2, the Rams.
Loss.
That's
Where
probably
is
a
it?
lot. That's it's in Arizona, it looks like.
It is, in fact, in
there's
Arizona.
potential
That's a
for them
home
to
game.
split. I think there's potential for them to split.
That's the only team I think they split though. Actually,
I think they can split with Seattle. Seattle gets
Seattle too.
shaky sometimes.
All
And
right,
then
after
we know what the 49ers are. I think they're gonna have at one point they're gonna take at least 6 losses this year. I think.
Okay.
that's fair.
But week 3,
Week 3, the Detroit Lions.
that's
At
a
home.
loss.
Still a
Awesome.
loss. They also host the Commanders after that, which is a winnable game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easily a toss up there. So
Then they go to San Fran.
that's a loss.
Beat by 50.
They go
No.
to Green Bay, Lambeau Field.
That's a loss in Green Bay.
Loss.
Then they host the Chargers.
That's gonna be closer than people think. I'm telling you.
I can see it as a closer game.
I'm not too high on the Chargers this year,
I'll
but
take
anyways.
some view that the Chargers will clean them by at least. If you give me 7.5, I want to smoke.
Mm.
No, you just said they'll beat them.
Nah.
7?
I think it's gonna be close.
I think the Chargers can win by 7 or more.
I think 7. I'll take 7.5 all day.
I think 3. But
Interesting. All right. Then they fly to Miami.
loss.
Loss.
Actually,
I'm taking Miami. I don't know why you're.
oh yeah. I was just trying to
smoking
think.
crack.
Sorry, I was thinking of personnel, and I was like, no way is anyone stopping Miami's speedy offense. But yeah, no.
Then they host the Bears.
Loss.
This will be interesting though, because like
I think it'll be fun.
that'll be a really fun game because, I mean, who knows what the Bears will look like 9 weeks from now? From that, I'll say the Bears though, because that offense is insane to start off.
I kind of want to choose the Bears there as well. Then they host the Jets before their bye week. I'm sure the Jets.
If Rodgers is playing, they will win, or no, they'll lose.
Huh?
If Rodgers is playing, the
they
Jets
lose?
win.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant. No.
Yeah.
Arizona will lose if Rodgers is playing.
Who's their backup right now? Do we know?
Jordan Travis, Florida State.
Oh, really?
That's right.
I
Mhm.
like it.
Wow. Is that a? All right. That caught me off guard. I didn't know
Sorry,
that.
bro, I just had it. I like
No,
Jordan
you,
Travis.
you good. Week 12, Seattle.
I think they split that. I think
that's Seattle's home game, week 12.
I don't think they beaten Seattle not once this year.
they
So,
won't beat them at home. I don't think.
So they'll win in week 14, and because that's when they play Seattle again. But splitting that game is Minnesota Vikings at Minnesota.
I think they beat Minnesota.
And
they probably
I think that's
How many wins are they at right now? I'm sorry, I haven't been.
let me see.
One.
I have
That's
one, no,
legitimately just one.
1, 2,
Two
3,
and
4.
2.5.
I said I say 4 because they split with the Rams, but they split with the Seahawks. Then I think they beat the Commanders, and then they beat the Chargers. So that's 4.
Okay.
Then they play. So I'm gonna fast forward to look at the rest of the season. They have
Beat Minnesota, so that's 5.
they have the Patriots and then the Carolina Panthers.
So I think those are-
Patriots beat the Panthers.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Then Rams and then 49ers
Yeah.
to close out. I think the 49ers will have to be rested.
Quickly
They'll
to
be
mention it,
I'm
quickly
sorry.
to mention it, we're not even favored against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are favored 3.5 points, which is diabolical
Did you
against
say
the
the
Pats. Yeah. I meant to send I think I sent it to the group chat, but none of the Patriots are favored in none of their games this season.
It's all right, Drake.
Same with Carolina too.
All right.
Well, that's
Yeah, so what, Arizona will most likely get 6 to 7 wins probably.
Hey, that's an improvement since last season.
That's true. From 4. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, good luck, Arizona. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Bird fans, I apologize in advance, but it is not looking too hot. And their schedule is not even in the top 10 strongest schedules, which is the crazy part.
Right.
I think whenever like you look at all the other teams in your conference and their competitive teams, and I think every conference divisional game is going to be competitive, but I think especially looking at all of the divisions these days, like if you look at the Bengals division or the Chiefs division, like all of those games are going to be hard, and so and especially with this division because it's very top heavy. The Seahawks, 49ers are very very good teams. The Rams are a really really good team, and I think. I just think they're not ready for that right now.
And it doesn't help that the Seahawks are known for playing spoiler.
That's right. I will say too, Arizona's offensive line was really bad last year. So I think if they can at least
draft
hold
2 more.
right. So I think if they can at least hold up this year, they can be decent because they did sign like 3 or 4 offensive linemen in the free agency. But who knows how they're gonna do. But if they can hold up, they can at least get like maybe 7 or 8. But
see it now. Kyler Murray running for his life.
yeah, but that's what he's good at. I mean, he's a playmaker.
He's
so
an escape artist.
yeah.
He's a baseball player. No, I'm playing.
He did go back to his old stadium and hit some batting practice for fun too.
So what's their low then? Like 4 wins still, or
I think four is their low in my opinion.
Yeah, 4 is the low.
I think they'll probably end up with 5 or 6.
Mhm.
3.
I think another down year for the Arizona Cardinals. I hate to say it, but it is what it is.
I tell them to pay attention to college football right now. See who you want to draft.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to say.
Hey, my team should do the same thing, man.
That's right. Okay.
Going out to James Pierce.
James Pierce, who's that?
He went to Vance. He played at Tennessee right now. He's number 1 edge rusher in the nation. He asked me.
In the nation.
Anyway, so as we begin to wrap up, I would say my final consensus is the Arizona Cardinals will have max 5 years, 5 wins, probably 5 or 6 wins max. I think they will have a down year and look to draft something next year. I think Kyler Murray, because they gave him an extension, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
3-year with a 3-year deal.
Yep.
Yep. So I mean, I think
right.
they look to figure out how to fix that problem that they have, and I think O lineman may be the problem. Maybe they need to go out and get a.
You want to know something silly about the Cardinals last season? Obviously, because Kyler Murray got hurt and they played backups for half the games. They were ranked 4th in rushing yards a game and bottom 10 in everything else.
Trey Benson,
in literally everything else. 4th in rushing per game, but bottom 10 in everything else.
Damn. Okay.
I think all their linemen are run blockers instead of pass blockers.
Another thing about the Cardinals, they need to let Buda Baker go. Let him go. Let him go to a different team.
But the Cardinals supposed to be the retirement home. What are you talking about? He's not supposed to go anywhere.
Yeah. Unless he gets traded. Unless they make some crazy trades halfway through the season, but
we need him.
Buda was he was 2nd in total tackles last year.
He's good.
He didn't have a pick or pass deflection or a forced fumble or anything else.
He plays in he can play in the
But he had 5 tackles for loss.
Right.
Yeah,
Buda's great, but in my opinion, if your safety is like one of your leading tacklers, that's just seems pretty bad. But that's just me. I do want to say one thing. My prediction, I have a hot take. I think Marvin Harrison or Trey Benson, I think these two, one of these guys will be a rookie of the year candidate.
That's facts.
I think Marvin might be the.
But like people like
Mm.
Trey Benson is not
But
like a bad pick either, I think.
Not at all.
Because I mean, like you just said, Oronde, like they had like the fourth best rushing like yards in the season, right?
Yeah.
Like have a younger, faster player in Trey Benson compared to James Conner. I think he can do some work for sure.
Shout out James Conner for not having the longest run, but eclipsing 1,000 yards.
So and then yeah, Marvin Harrison
he got hurt
is
last
Marvin
year.
Harrison. He should be great.
He
I
should
hope
be
he's great.
awesome. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
I mean, I hate to say this, but a receiver is only as good as his quarterback, right?
That's fair.
I mean, the Bengals are a good example of that.
That's true.
They gave
Yeah.
Joe Burrow his best friend, and he was like, "All right, cool, bowl."
Literally. Like,
But we got to see how they use Marvin Harrison. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
T.
Well-
Higgins is not going to. No,
we're not talking about that.
That's another topic.
Oh man.
anyway, well, Cardinals fans, let us know how you feel. Let us know what you think about our consensus of your team. Do you think you'll get more than 5 or 6 wins? I doubt it, but it is what it is. I've been your host, Davion. That's been the rest, and this has been the post game. Peace.